we look around, man, like the stock market is down bad. Gas prices are just continuously increasing. Inflation is increasing. Interest rates is up. Like, what are you going to do?
Mogul life. Mogul life. Yeah, mogul life. Had to come out of the struggle. Now I'll be dodging the trouble. I don't be making it rain. Though I came up from the puddle. I be investing in things. Making my little money double.
For everybody that's tapped in, there we go. We getting this live up. For everybody that's tapped in, I'm really doing this state of emergency. This is a state of emergency. This is very important because I don't know. A lot of us, we waking up and we just going about our days. We're going about our lives. We're not paying attention to what's happening around us. We got to be aware. We just can't be so stuck with going to work every single day, trying to survive. Like, I understand that, coming from poverty, coming from the inner city, coming from whatever where it's just like low income, right? Like just beyond low income, just not having the right mindset to understand and think bigger. We have this mental illness. And the mental illness that we have is survival. That's the mental illness we have. The mental illness is the fact that we move out of survival. So when you're moving out of survival, you have no opportunity to be on the offense. You're always on the defense. So the information that I'm going to break down for you today is to put you in a position to be on the offense, for you to be able to attack instead of being on the defense. See, most people during an economic collapse, right? Most people are going to start budgeting, start saving their money, start cutting back on their lifestyle. They're going to react now. Like, instead, we should be doing that ahead of time. So I'm going to break down some tips. Like, in order for us to get out of this survival mindset, right? We got to position ourselves properly. And is 6 steps to financial independence that I want to write this down. I want everybody to write this down. It's 6 steps to financial independence. It's 6 steps. See, one of the steps to financial independence is, where is this at? It's 6 steps to financial independence, y'all. Like, everybody want to tell y'all how to get money, but you got to build it up the right way. Number 1 is cash flow. Right? There's 6 steps to financial independence, and number 1 is cash flow. I need everybody to type cash flow in the comments. Because cash is not king. Everybody keep telling you that cash is king. Cash is not king. Cash flow is king. You got to be able to still bring in money. So if you got an emergency fund, if you have money stacked to the side in your bank account, you're actually losing because inflation is at 8%, almost 9%. So if you have, for every dollar, you're losing 9 cents on that. So it's really about 92, 91 cents. So if you hold on to your money and you don't put it in an asset that's going to produce cash flow, you're going to lose. So you got to be able to put your money in a vehicle that's going to produce cash flow. The number 1 performing asset, the number 1 producing asset in all real estate segments is self-storage facilities. I've been screaming this to the top of my lungs. I've been selling off a lot of my small properties, and I'm buying storage facilities because guess what happens during a recession? A lot of people start to downsize. Right? Because, you went and got that big house because you had a bunch of money during COVID, right? When they printed all of this money and you was overpaying on these properties. So now you overpay, your mortgage is sky high, groceries cost more money, gas costs more money, but you're not making more money. So what happens now? When you're not in a position to sustain, you get your house foreclosed on, or if you're in an apartment, you actually got to downsize to something cheaper because rent is increasing. So when people downsize and they have all of these belongings, where do they put it? In a storage facility. That's how. So we got to think. We want to be able to service. People. So think about this. As people are going through these tough times, unemployed, not having money, they're going to downsize and put their things inside of a storage unit. A lot of business owners, if we look around us, like, I want all of us to challenge ourselves and just look around. We got to look around. A lot of businesses that folded. You got restaurants that folded. I'm going to the strip malls. A lot of these businesses close down. But what do they do with those items? They put it in a storage unit. So this is why self-storage facilities is the #1 recession-resistant business. Look it up. Like you can look this up. Don't follow what I'm saying. Like, you could go and look this up. Think about it, y'all. We got to be in a position where, okay, a lot of people are going to start traveling because now they're going to move. They're not going to travel, but they're going to relocate. A lot of people that moving from out of the inner cities, they move into more of like, outskirts of the cities because it's cheaper. They can afford it. It's easier to live. Guess what? As people are moving, they are putting their items inside of a storage unit. So now you got cash flow. You got to put your money in this asset. And I'm going to teach you how to get one on Wednesday. On Wednesday, we're going to talk about that. And I'm going to give y'all some steps. I'm going to give y'all some exact steps on how to be able to put yourself in position to get a self-storage facility. I'm going to break this down for y'all, but I need y'all to follow and write this down. There's 6 steps to financial independence. #1 is cash flow. Because a lot of people, you hold it onto your cash and it's losing value. You got to put it in something that's going to make sense and bring you more money. That's going to get you the appreciation, the equity, the tax benefits. Tell me what business do you know where you could buy the actual real estate and you're buying actual business? And then you don't got to deal with tenants. You don't got to deal with trash. You don't got to deal with toilets. All you're doing is having people store their items there. Right? So y'all got me. #1 is cash flow, right?